Welcome back to another round of what can I do at home when I'm bored and I want to work out during this quarantine period. So, I'm actually watching TV right now. My projector's right behind me, but in the interest of not kind of distracting you with things that are moving, I've kind of angled you off to a corner. So these are a few things that I sometimes will put into class and stuff that I like to do myself to get my heart rate up while I'm at home. This one's a no jumping one, but you can use your sofa as your equipment. Yeah, as long as you need like this tiny space in front of your sofa and a sofa, you actually have an at-home workout, along with my wheelie chair from last time. All right, so let's get into it. First round, of course, the most obvious thing, squatting. You all have a sofa, you can all sit down and stand up, and basically that's what you need for an at-home squatting session. And I can guarantee you with the sun shining and doing this, you're gonna get your heart rate up, okay? So first option, I start sitting on my sofa, my feet are hip width apart, my knees aren't trying to shoot past my toes, and I'm trying to keep my chest over my thighs, like just over the top. All I'm gonna do is use my hands to help me pull myself up to standing, and instead of sliding my butt back and sitting backwards and kind of almost dropping down, I'm gonna tap my butt exactly where I came up from. So I'm gonna stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down. And I'm gonna keep my belly in, my rib cage in, trying not to arch my back as I sit down, stand up. Use your arms to help you drive yourself up to the ceiling. So I'm swinging my arms and trying to touch the ceiling. It should be to the point where I could almost use my arms to pull me up on tiptoe. And this is the no jump side. Usually this would turn out into a squat jump, okay? But I'm just gonna use it to pull myself up. And having to stop myself from jumping is also going to start helping me get my heart rate up. The swinging and the standing up is going to help me start getting out of breath as well, okay? So you do about 10 of these, and that's already one workout you can do during a commercial break or while you're watching TV, okay? One other version of a squat that you can do, again without jumping, but helps you with getting your hip flexors strong as well. We squat 10 times per leg, so sitting on your sofa as you stand up. Lift one leg up, down, drive one leg up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Drive through the bottom leg, stand all the way up as tall as you can. Should feel your butt squeeze. And when you've done 10 times per leg, you can take a break, or you can do this in the commercial break for however long that commercial lasts. Up to you. Workout number 2 that you can use your sofa with to help you. Okay? You're gonna start, if you've never done this before, you're gonna start on the floor. In your plank shape, I'm gonna go this way so you can see. In your plank shape, I'm just gonna tap my shoulders and shift my weight from side to side, trying not to let my butt shift side to side, just my weight shifts from one arm to another. Trying to keep the ear growing away from the shoulders, and I just shift my weight from side to side. If I'm comfortable with that, I've done 10 and I'm like, hey, that's pretty easy. Challenge yourself by putting your feet on a higher surface, so your sofa. I step my feet on my sofa, my butt tries to be the same height as my shoulders, and again, tap my shoulders, shift my weight side to side, trying to keep my butt the same height as my shoulders. Don't let it droop down. Keep it lifted. Use your thighs to squeeze up to the ceiling. Use your heels to help you stay pushing forwards into your hands instead of sinking back. And if that's okay, number 3, okay? Instead of just shoulder tapping, we're gonna walk ourselves in. Here, you gotta let your knees bend. I want your butt as high as you can go instead of trying to keep your butt low, okay? So that means your knees will bend. I start in my plank. I'm gonna start shoulder tapping just to get used to the rhythm of moving. As I start moving my hands back to the sofa, I bend my knees and let my butt slide up until my butt is over my shoulders, and I wanna stay here for a second, walk back out into my plank. Go back towards the sofa, but goes up as high as you can, especially those with tight hamstrings. Bend the knees. It's so fine to bend the knees. we're gonna go forwards and backwards. This one, you can't really watch the TV, but hey, it's a good workout. It's a real nice one, and it's really fun too. Okay, so we're gonna do this for 10. So sweaty. All right, final thing that you can do with your sofa. You can do this on your sofa, or you can do it on the floor in front of your sofa. Not so easy to watch TV with this one. However, also pretty fun, and it's gonna train your butt just as much as your squats did, okay? So for this one, you have two options. I don't have a thick sofa armchair side, but you can put your feet on the armchair, lift your butt up. So I will show you both. First option, you lie on the floor with your feet on your sofa. Your lower back's trying to stay down, and I'm basically gonna curl up my spine. So my heels are on the sofa instead of stepping my feet. I wanna keep the heels on for now. I'm gonna shoot my knees towards my toes as I slowly start curling my tailbone up, my pelvis up, my lower back up, my middle back up, my upper back up. And I'm trying to create a straight line from my knees, hips to my shoulders, okay? My elbows are on the floor supporting me. I can push into the floor to help me lift up. Then I'm gonna roll back down my spine. You can adjust your distance as necessary. Closer is gonna be a little easier to lift up. And you'll also feel it a little more in the hamstrings when you try and drag your feet in towards you. So you basically just start curling up and rolling down. Rolling up, rolling down, rolling up, rolling down, roll up. Try not to let the knees splay apart. You're shooting your knees forward, not letting them squeeze outwards. Okay, so you can do this 10 times. Extra level of difficulty, lift one leg up, and again, shoot your knees forward to lift your hips up. Try not to let your butt stay sagging. You're trying to scoop it up towards your knees. Trying to keep that top leg stepping to the ceiling instead of pushing it down this way. We want to keep it reaching up. Okay, so you feel it in your butt. You do 10 times per leg or 10 times with both legs. 2, 3, 4. You can still do this on your sofa too. So if you don't have enough space in between your sofa and your TV, you're gonna put your feet, and I will show you this. You'll put your feet on the edge of your sofa. It's a little bit harder now because you're on a softer surface, but same applies. I keep my feet on the edge of my sofa seat. I'm gonna shoot my knees forward to lift my hips up. And this is just as easy, well, as doing it on the floor. Just be careful that you're not putting your weight in your neck. It should be in your elbows.